About to speak to 700 something entrepreneurs in Mexico, excited, they're hungry, they're passionate, and the greatest currency there is the effect you have on another human being. So I'm excited to deliver, give as much value as possible, connect with them, and hopefully make sure they can continue to impact other people, and that's how we're gonna shift this culture. Let's go. I gotta nourish myself before my speech.
He's the author, the best-selling book, 6 Months to Six Figures, which has sold close to 350,000 copies worldwide. He's the founder of the prestigious Game Changers Academy, and he's trained over 7,500 young entrepreneurs personally. He's known for his no BS approach to life, Peter Voogd.
So, because of the evolving technology and all the things going on right now, it's the best time to be alive, but here's the crazy thing. 95% of people are struggling, stressed, frustrated, underpaid, and discouraged. How many guys have people right now counting on you to be the rock for them or counting on you to inspire them? Raise your hand. Look at that, almost everybody. So I want you guys to understand why you're here. It's really not about you. And I want to acknowledge you for investing in yourself, for betting on yourself. I was reading a Forbes article a couple days ago, and it talked about how in the whole world, 5 to 10% of people invest in their mindset, invest in personal growth, invest in themselves, invest in seminars. You're already the 5 to 10%. But what motivates me is it's not even about you. There's people right now that aren't here that are counting on you. And the economy is going to get tough. As you guys know, if you follow trends, the economy is going to get tough the next year or two. And if you can develop yourself when times are tough, you'll be able to dominate the rest of your life. And it's not just dominating for you, it's you'll be able to be there for the people that are struggling when they need you most. But what's the real reality? Like, why do most people struggle? Well, everything has changed. The game has changed now. What it took to succeed just 5 or 10 years ago doesn't work anymore. I know 16, 17, and 18-year-olds making 6 figures and some making 7 figures. And I know broke 40-year-olds. How is that possible? How is there 16-year-olds making $1 million and broke 40-year-olds? Well, one's adapting to the new times, one's willing to change, one's not stubborn, one's actually becoming more valuable, and one uses the excuse, well, I have 20 years of experience. I work hard. That's not enough anymore. It's not about hard work. It's not even about working smarter. It's about working right. So the person says to me, I have 20 years of experience. I'm not sure why I'm struggling. No, you don't have 20 years of experience. You have 1 year repeated 20 times because you're doing the same thing. It's funny, but it's sad, and that's the reality. The only way to change your reality is if you deal in reality. You don't want to have 1 year repeated 20 times. If you're not innovating, if you're not growing, if you're not investing in yourself, you're not doing anything different than the year before, so it doesn't even count as a new year. So when I was coming up in entrepreneurship, I got into sales when I was 20, 21, and I started working really hard because that's what everyone told me, work hard. I wasn't seeing results. I was frustrated. And of course, I asked everybody around me, what do I do? I'm not getting results. I left college. I felt like I let my family down because they wanted me to take the normal route. I wanted to be an entrepreneur. And I asked them, what am I doing wrong? Almost every single person told me, work harder. And I'm like, I'm working 45 hours a week, work harder. I went to 50 hours a week. Then I went to 60 hours a week. Then I went to 80 hours a week. And I physically, maybe 85, and I couldn't work any harder. And my results still weren't changing. And then someone said, well, it's because you're young. You're not supposed to succeed when you're young. You're only 21. You're supposed to be broke. I don't know about you guys, but it doesn't feel good to be broke. And I've been there many times. It does not feel good. So someone's like, it's okay. It's okay to be, no, it's not. To have no choices, it does not feel good. One of the reasons I have the success now is because I use that hunger to make sure I never go back there. If I didn't go broke, I wouldn't have this hunger. So it wasn't about age, and it wasn't about experience, and it wasn't about working hard. There's two things that you need that I've realized in the new economy to help you thrive. It's crazy, it's no more. It doesn't matter if you're 15 years old, 80 years old, doesn't matter if you have 30 years of experience or you started last month. I know some people get mad, it's like, I put so much time into this. It's not about that anymore. Here's what it's about: a proven roadmap and a network. The most dangerous words you can say are, I already know that. The question's not if you know these things, it's are you executing them? Does your bank account prove you know these things? Does your influence prove you know these things? Does your happiness and lifestyle prove you know these things? If not, you got to put them at the forefront of your mind, right? So first thing is you have to get crystal clear on who you are, crystal clear on who you're not, and crystal clear on where you're going. A genius without a roadmap is going to get lost in any country, but an average person with a roadmap will find their way to any destination. Next, what are your core values? So what's most important to you in life and in business? Is it money? Is it family? Is it flexibility? Is it freedom? Is it adventure? Because if you can base everything off your values, if you can line up everything you do based off what's most important to you, that's when you'll be the most fulfilled. So you take your top 3 values. Now, it changes. Mine, when I was dead broke, who can guess what one of my values was when I was dead broke? Money, right? So a lot of my decisions were based off that because I was dead broke. Now, if you live your whole life based off money, you see these people. You see people out in the society. You know they're living based off their values, or they don't know their values, and they're only going based off moods and emotions, based off their environment, and that's when you become really unhappy and frustrated. So what are your core values? What's most important to you? A lot of people are living incongruently. If someone has a 9-to-5 job and their value is flexibility, they're always going to be stressed out. If one of your goals and one of your core values is growth, and you have a job where you're capped, you'll always be stressed out. Then you wonder, why am I so unhappy? It's because you're not living based off who you really are. If one of your values is family, and you have to ask someone else when you can see your family, you'll be stressed out. Now, some of your values might not be those, but you have to figure those out and make sure it's the new economy, so you can create opportunities now. You don't have to take opportunities, you create them based off what you want. Evaluating your circle of influence is the biggest key to success. Who you surround yourself is who you become. So evaluate who you're around the most. How are they making you feel? How they are making you think? How they are affecting your actions, your mindset, your standards. If you hang out with 5 intelligent people, you'll be the 6th. You guys know this. If you hang out with 5 confident people, what happens? You're the 6th. What if you hang out with 5 millionaires? It's inevitable. It's inevitable. What if you hang out with 5 idiots? You're the 6th. 5 alcoholics, who do they hang out with? It's just a fact. If you add up the income of the 5 people you're around the most and you divide it by 5, your income's very close to that, guaranteed. Guaranteed. So if you want to level up your income, level up who you're around, right? So for me, I started to identify, when I was broke, I read this quote that changed the game. It was, if you want to be a millionaire, talk to billionaires, you'll get there quicker. And I was like, wow, everybody around me was broke and struggling, and a lot of them didn't even care. So I made a list. And of course, a lot of people didn't reach back out to me, but I made a list, and I started connecting with people that were making $300,000, $400,000, $500,000. I was dead broke. And eventually, I started adapting their mindsets, their philosophies, and I was able to make 6 figures. One of the top questions I get regarding my book is, yeah, but how do you go from broke to 6 figures in 6 months? It's very simple. I didn't believe in myself, and I wasn't that skilled. But I did exactly what they told me. They already made $500,000. I did the same thing to get to 7 figures. I just connected with 7 and 8-figure people. You might say, how do I get a hold of those people? If you want it bad enough, you'll find a way, I promise. And my last thing I'll leave you with is, I've been around a lot of successful people, and it's not about the cars, the money, the fame. It's more about being a world-class human being and building a world-class life for yourself and the people you care about. But I'll tell you guys, right now matters more than ever. Thanks, guys.
You got some good stuff?
That was good. Love it, man.
Now you gotta take some action.
Of course.
Yep.